Hello and welcome. This video is brought to you by the StreamingAdvisor.com. Tailor your entertainment with streaming. And what we're going to talk about in this video is a new tool that is going to help you find what to watch on your multiple streaming services. A lot of people have at least more than one. Some people have 4 and 5. And there's a new tool called Minnow that helps you do that. You want to pay attention to the URL. It is minnowtv.com. The reason I make that point is because there's actually another app out there called Minnow it's like a Christian streaming thing. So you want to make sure you get to this one if this is what you're looking for. So here's what you see. When you get to the home page initially, what you see is the typical sort of mess that is internet-based TV. There are lots and lots of movie choices here, and they're from all over the map. It shows you just how many sorts of choices there are out there. You see Netflix, HBO Now, Cinemax, Amazon, and so on. And it can actually be a bit overwhelming. There's something called the paradox of choice that actually says that the more you have to look at, the less you actually see. So what Minnow is doing with this tool is they've got a system set up that allows you to zero in on just the things you have, which is a lot different than these sort of meta searches that you see on streaming devices. So here's how it works. Once you have a login, which is free to set up, you're going to go in to the settings and choose your platforms. And the platforms are based on the most popular streaming services out there at the moment. So let's say that you've gone ahead and signed up for that Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN bundle, right? You got Amazon because you like the shipping and so on, and maybe you enjoy some of their original shows, and Netflix because, it's got well over 100 million subscribers, so chances are that if you're watching this video, you probably have Netflix. I don't think that's too much of a leap. And now we're going to jump into movies specifically. And what you're going to see now is all of the selections on here are from Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and Amazon. There's no HBO or anything else on there. And you'll see that things are broken down. It actually defaults usually to trending. So these are the trending movies on these 4 specific services. And you can go through and click on what you want to see. So it looks like this is the Aeronauts. I haven't seen that yet. I'm going to click on that and see what it does for us. And it looks like there might be some sort of a slowdown on Amazon's website. So we'll jump out of this one and take a look at something else. Just go back, and here we are. So let's jump into Captain Marvel. You'll see that it lists it as watch on Disney Plus. So if you click on that, what it's going to do is it takes you out of Minnow itself and opens up a new tab on Disney's website. So you don't have to remember which actual website is. You don't have to go in and Google and say, what's the Disney Plus website or whatever. It's going to take you directly there. For those people who every time somebody says something on Facebook, they go, link please. Well, here you go. They give you the link already, and you can get right to it. That's the way it works with other things as well. For instance, let's take a look at something from a different service. Let's go in and look at Marriage Story from Netflix. It says you're watching on Netflix. You click on it. Again, it's going to pop you right over to Netflix. We are signed in on Netflix, so it's going to show us our profile. And there it is. And if you want to launch the movie, you can jump right in and do it. But we're going to take another look at the menu and just keep exploring here. So, Let's see what else there is to see. We'll click on something from Hulu. Same thing. Watch on Hulu. And see, the thing is that I know that this is on Hulu just because I noticed the logo. But in a lot of cases, you might not really remember that this is on one service or another. And the thing is, you don't have to look in the corner to see where it's from. It's just going to be there for you. And that's really cool. It's, you don't have to know, well, I'm going to watch this on Hulu, I'm going to watch this on Netflix. You can jump in. Something else that they do that I like is this. It is listings, like movie collections, TV show collections based on their themes. They've got playlists that are put together by people. A lot of people like curated content from people. And though you might not be able to see it because of the white writing up against in general, the pictures, we're going to click on one called Christmas Classics here. And you see, these guys are, they're skipping the debate. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Well, they say so, and it's right next to Home Alone. You can, and you see it, all sorts of different Christmas movies are on there, from the classics like Miracle on 34th Street to The Polar Express to National Lampoons. So we're going to click on something, and what you'll see is the playlists are a little different than the other setup. The way that they're different is it doesn't exclusively filter things in based on what you have got. So we'll click on something here. Let's just choose Gremlins. And you see Gremlins, it says listed on iTunes. So that means right now you can't watch Gremlins on one of your own services. Unless, of course, you have iTunes. It's a Wonderful Life is on Amazon Prime. And so on. Another one from iTunes. Okay, so that gives you kind of a feel for the playlists. And the thing is that they've got lots and lots of playlists. Just making a point to show you, we don't have anything signed in as far as Apple or anything like that. Going back to movies, I want to show you something else cool as far as their menus go. You see that there's categories like trending and popular, which are often going to be similar. Trending is based more on what is hot right now, while popular is, over a period of time, what has the most views. But they have a whole nother listing that I think is really cool. And that is that it has things like recently added, which a lot of people love. They want to know what's new on Netflix, what's new on Hulu, what's new on anything that they've got. By going to recently added, you can skip browsing through every single app you've got and just find out what's out there, what's new, and see something, the latest thing. I always kind of think it's fun when you see a show on Netflix and it says new episodes, because you might have binged a whole series and oh boy, there's something new. The awards section is something that right now is only available on its web application, but it's a cool feature and it'll be great on all of them. What it allows you to do is see content that's available to be streamed that won various awards and see where to see it. Now, I know that you might not choose your movies based on what the Oscars say is the best movies, but if you want to see what they consider the top pictures, there they are, and you can see where to see them. Now, like the playlists, this isn't exclusive to what you have chosen. It doesn't filter out things that you don't have. So while you'll notice there are some things from Hulu and so on, there's also content from HBO Now. I have never heard of this movie, but you can't put that past me since it's an Oscar movie. I usually don't love the movies that the Oscars are pushing, right? So you're going to jump in and you can see what was the best picture, what was the winner, what was nominated, and so on. And, if you want to feel a little bit smarter than everybody else, you can go in and watch things like from the Oscars or the Cannes Film Festival and enjoy, feeling snooty a little. I'm not making fun of the Oscars or anything, but, frankly, I just kind of like the fun comedies and action movies, things like that, but that's just me. We all have our tastes. But I like the idea of the awards section very much because it gives you an idea of what it is that people look for from different fields, and you can explore new genres and new ideas that you might not have thought of because, like me, you might default to something like a science fiction movie, and then maybe there's something that'll make you think a little differently, and it's out there in the awards section. So there you are. You can get right back into the main section just by clicking back on the icon. In the case of a mobile app, you just, move your cursor. When I talk about mobile apps, good news is this is available right now on Android TV. It's available on Apple TV. And it's going to be coming soon to Roku and Fire TV. Just keep your eyes out. That's really cool because it's going to increase the amount of things you can find on every platform, regardless of, the way they have their own menus set up. I like that a lot because I don't find the Android TV search to be particularly expansive. But that is Minnow, minnowtv.com. Check it out. You can get to it from any browser, or like I said, check your app stores on iOS and Android and see what you see. It's free, it's pretty easy, and I think it helps solve a lot of problems in streaming. I hope you found that helpful, and if you did, please subscribe. We would love to have you. And as always, I'm Ryan Downey, the Streaming Advisor. Stream on, my friends.